my name is Inez and I'm going to be doing a quick little turtle feed and hopefully give you a little bit of information about our lovely friends up here in the rainforest. You can already tell, they can see me and they get very excited. This is like the real life hungry hippos. They do eat very quickly and very greedily. So have a quick look over and a lesson if you'd like to learn a little bit about our turtles. I'm going to feed their food out and then I can give you a bit of information. Just be careful when you're heading over. I don't want anyone falling into the billabong or hurting themselves on the rock. Just being really nice and careful. Alright, let's spread some food out.
That one's like kind of blind and really fun at look at right now.
Alright. Very, very quick these guys here. So these are our freshwater turtles. We have three types of turtles here. We have the Mary River turtle, the Murray River and the Eastern Longneck. Now before I get started talking about our lovely freshwater turtle, I'll give you a bit of information about differences between turtles and tortoises and the sea turtles. So they're all very similar but a little bit different. If you've come from upstairs, you might have seen two of our sea turtles. That was Moana and Thorpe, and they're much bigger. And they were just after you would have seen those lovely sharks and rays downstairs. These guys live in the water and they will only come out when it is time to lay their eggs. Tortoises on the other hand, they do not swim in the water like this. They sort of have elephant feet, like you can imagine, and they stay on land. Our freshwater turtle here, they have webbed feet. They like to swim in the water, but they can also come up onto land, like these two up here having a bit of a break. Like I said before, we have three types of turtles. The Eastern Longneck, obviously the one that has a very long neck. I think there might be some on that side there with our freshwater perch. This little girl here in front of me, this is Steggles. She's our Mary River turtle. She's actually the only kind of hers here. And the rest are the Murray River. They've got this lovely big shell. Now, our turtles, we like to call them our ninja turtles. They are a bit sneaky, these turtles. When we first had this exhibit, it was actually just the one barrier of rocks. But we opened the aquarium one day and we found that some turtles had escaped. They had made their way, wandered over to Pinjarra. One found its way down the escalator, and don't ask me how, but one found its way in one of our elevators. But ever since then, we had to make sure we built a second barrier to make sure these ninja turtles do not escape anymore. They do get a little bit cheeky. Steggles, she's identified by this lovely red pattern on her head. She's a Mary River turtle, and she's actually originally from the zoo, Melbourne Zoo. Now, they have a beautiful billabong there for their freshwater turtles as well, but one day Steggles went missing, and they didn't know where she was. They thought something might have happened to her, but they couldn't find her shell. And so they said, oh well, we'll just keep an eye on her. And months, in fact years went by, and they still couldn't find her. And it was, and I'm not joking, you're not exaggerating, it was 25 years later that they had found Steggles, and she had made her way on the opposite side of the zoo. She was still in good health, and they had found her there, which was pretty incredible. But by then they had already closed up that area, so we ended up taking Steggles to hang out here with our other freshwater turtles, which is pretty cool to think. Now, like I said, she is the only Mary River turtle of her kind. These turtles are incredibly endangered. There's actually a big fan following base of these beautiful turtles. Here she is, just here in front of me. Lovely red tattoo on her head. They can actually grow some algae, like a bit of a punk rock haircut too, which is very cool. But unfortunately, around the 70s, these guys were sold as penny turtles. And they were a victim of pet trade. So you go to pet shops and you'd see turtles about this big. And they go, these are the perfect pets for you. They grow this big. They don't need much food. They need a small exhibit. Perfect pets. But guys, there is no such thing as a penny turtle. It is made up. These turtles will grow to this big, and in fact, many of the turtles that you'll see in front of you can grow up to 70 years old. So if you have a pet turtle, you are in for the long haul. This guy's gonna stick around for a very, very long time. But unfortunately, these people who got penny turtles, kept them as pets, these guys are malnutrition, didn't have the right homes, and many of them had unfortunately died from that. So now you do need a reptile license if you do want to keep lizards or turtles alike, which is pretty cool. This turtle here, she's a Murray River turtle in front of me. Her name is Susan. Now I can tell this from Susan because of these holes in the back of her shell. Now unfortunately Susan was somebody's pet, but they didn't know how to look after her very well. So what they did was they tethered her to the backyard, which means they put a spike through her shell and they just stuck her there so she wouldn't run away. People forget that turtle shells are actually part of their body. Their spine is inside that shell. They cannot remove their shell and get a new one. It is part of their body. And so that was quite cool for them to do that. But you can see that she's healing quite well. Those bumps on her shell are healing quite nicely. Now, another really cool thing that our turtles do, you might have seen it raining before. It is our rainforest. They do like when a little bit of rain happens. These turtles are what we call foragers. So what that rain does, it actually disturbs those pebbles, and they do a very good job of digging and scavenging around for their food, any insects, any food that might fall into the bottom of these pebbles. And while their head is in the water and they're digging and looking for food, they can do something very cool, which is breathe through their bottoms. A very cool skill to have, which allows them to keep their head in the water for a little bit longer while they're searching for food. Something else that they can do, and I lived near a park when I was younger, and we'd often find turtles on the road or on the path. But if you do find one, be very careful in how you pick them up, because as a self-defense, these turtles can omit a smell from their armpit and their groin, which smells like rotting flesh. So they do use that as a defense mechanism, but if you pick up a turtle the wrong way, you're going to get a nasty smell on you, and that's going to stick on you for a very long time. So be very cautious in the way that you pick these lovely turtles up here as well. Like Pinjara, like the lizards that we have, these guys are ectothermic. They are reptiles, which means they can get their energy from food or from an external source, like these lovely lamps that are up here, which heat up. We've got two of our lovely turtles having a bit of a sunbake up on land as well. So they are cold-blooded, but they are very, very, very cool animals. Before you head off and keep wandering around, I want to make mention of a couple other animals that are outside here. Behind me are some smaller exhibits. I know the tanks are very small, but there's some very cool animals inside there as well. We've got the tiny cherishers, probably the size of half my fingernail. Watch when they come because they eat in a very cool way. We also have the tiger leech and some yabbies and crabs as well. If you keep heading through, you'll get to meet our two lungfish, Sherry and Terry. Sherry and Terry are my favourite animals inside here, and they are lungfish. And yes, you've guessed it, they are fish with lungs, which is pretty incredible. Their cousins in Africa can actually survive out on land for up to 4 years. So definitely have a close look at those. And before you head down the escalator, check out Sunny, our green tree python. He's very hard to spot if he's in the mood to do some camouflaging. But I'm going to be up here answering any of the questions that you might have. If you continue on your journey, you're going to head down that escalator, see our seahorses and sea dragons. You'll go past our 4D cinema, and then you'll get to see our penguins. I hope you've learned something new about these lovely turtles. Feel free to ask me any questions that you might have. But other than that, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.